One of the hardest leadership questions is not what to decide, it is what to share. Today's guest works at the center of that challenge. Tetsu Suzuki is Vice President of Strategy and Operations at F5, a technology company. Hi, Tetsu.
Hey, Cindy.
In complex technology environments, leaders often have access to far more information than the rest of the organization. How do you decide what teams need to know versus what you carry yourself as a leader?
That's a really good question, Cindy. From a leadership principle perspective, I always aspire to share as much information as possible to my team and the programs that I work with. The reason for that is really having the context of not just the what, but the why is critical for folks to be self-sufficient, make good decisions, and really feel part of the solution. The thing that I use as a barometer is when things are confidential, things are very speculative, or things that are not ready in my mind to be shared broadly. I tend to hold those close to my vest. However, everything else, I provide as much context as possible because what I find is that people are really smart, and oftentimes it's really not so much what you say, but it's also what you don't say that people read into. And so there are lots of smart people that we work with. I don't take that for granted. And I've always really aspire to have leaders that tell me as much as possible for me to be productive and independent as possible.
Thank you for sharing that perspective. In complex organizations, leadership is not about passing along every piece of information. It is about creating clarity and filtering noise so teams can execute. For more
100%.
conversations with leaders and coaches, subscribe to the Alefitt channel. Thank you, Tetsu.
Thanks, Cindy.